Hopefully you can hear me loud and in living color right now. Hopefully. A bit more in the building, folks. One of those rare sightings. Now, were you able to hear anything I said for the past 12 minutes? Let me know if I need to repeat it. So we can go back into this. Now, did anybody hear everything I said, or do I need to repeat it? Okay. Just let me know now so I can go repeat it. Had a whole spiel going, but it doesn't matter. We're here anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I am the officer of the goddamn law, Charles Faulkner Jr., and I'm here to talk to you about a few things. The other day, we did the things that black men failed to master, the revised edition. Now we're going to do a revised edition of the things black women failed to do. Hopefully, we can be mature about this shit, which I doubt we will. There's going to be some cantankerous person in the comment section who's going to blow it up. And I hope you do, because I want you on the stage if you're going to do that. Now, without further ado, the number one thing black women failed to master: accountability. Shocker. It is not your fault that you date compromised and reckless men. It is not your fault that the father of your children is inadequate as a father. It is not your fault, sweetheart, that you open up your legs to him, let him insert his penis and ejaculate in your cervix to get you pregnant, and sometimes multiple times. It's not your fault, sweetie. It is not your fault. It's not your fault that you can't watch your weight. The food's there. It was meant to be eaten like there was no tomorrow. Your attitude. Everybody is picking on you because you have an attitude, or they're avoiding you like the plague. That's not your fault. If anything, I think other people need to check themselves. It is not your fault that you have a poor relationship with men, that you suffer from daddy issues. But you're an adult now. You can go talk to your daddy and get the truth anytime you want. It's not your fault. That thing called accountability is for the damn birds. And we all know it. Can't tell you. Can't take accountability for any part you play whatsoever. Whatsoever. And the most ridiculous part about that is that you refuse to even acknowledge how hurtful some of your actions may have been to other people. You don't care. You don't care. As long as you gain, nobody cares. Nobody is worth respecting in your eyes. And it's shameful. It really, truly is shameful. You have not mastered it because you don't like reality. But what do I know? It's not like I grew up in the black community in a black household. For all you know, I could be a liar. An agent, even. The beautiful part about this whole thing is deep down inside, you know I'm not lying. But deep down inside, I kind of wish I was. Deep down inside, I wish I was. Number two on our list is submission slash cooperation. I'm going to explain why. I do give black women the ability to work together better than black men, but usually when y'all work well together, it's for conniving reasons, which happens to be scary because you will form up like Voltron or the Megazord, especially if it's against a friend's ex boyfriend, ex husband, child support. You will teach all the rings, all the curves. But when it comes to submitting to your man, being cooperative, attentive to him, you fail. You fail grossly. The craziest part about it is when you get to the point of no return, it becomes disastrous. You don't want to work with your kids when it comes to studying. You don't want to work with his or her teachers. Especially when it comes to your man, you will pick defiance over victory, over success. You're right. And you're right, Dapper Dons. The first rule of protection is obedience. You don't listen. You're a danger to yourselves and your community by default because of that nature. We can literally tell you, don't go arguing with men. You'll go argue with a man you don't know. Next thing you know, you're being beaten up to a pulp or SA'd or worse. We don't find you till months or years later. When we tell you things, it's not because somebody wants to dominate you. Yes, to protect you, I have to have some type of control, some type of control. I must have some type of authority over you. It does not mean you're my slave, you're lesser than me. No. Yes, if I'm your husband, I'm going to have some type of dominion. It does not mean slave, it means cooperation. You don't want to be in a predicament where a man has to risk his life unnecessarily. I reported this channel. Mm-hmm. Don't give a damn. What are you reporting? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We're going to do you one better. We're going to find you out real quick like.
Throughout history, no sword has been perfect.
We're going to find you out real quick. Since you reported this channel. We're going to find you out real quick. Since you reported this channel. But yet, you want to report my channel, but yet, you don't want to contribute to the conversation. As a matter of fact, I want you to come up here. Book of, what is that? Acts Memories? Acts Ministries? Come on. Come on up. You like reporting channels? Report these nuts while you at it too. I want you to report this channel. Come on. I want you to realize something. Where were you when I did this? Always happens. Where were you when I did the men first? Did you report the channel then? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. When I talked about black men first before this one, I didn't hear shit. Instead of trying to report people's channels, why don't you do yourself a favor and get off mine? Do that much. But yet, maybe there's a young lady who needs to hear this, who wants to actually be married to a black man. Maybe she's saying, wait a minute, this guy might have a point. Maybe it's a young man who needs to hear this and don't become a victim for community politics. So what's wrong with that? So you don't want to get up here since you want to report stuff. Come on up. All Star, what's up? Thank you for putting them in timeout. But yet, back to what I was saying. You will work so together to do some fiendish shit, but you won't work to make sure your son can read on level. You will work to make sure your girlfriend and your daughter can take their baby fathers to court. Concoct a scheme, but you never the ones to tell the women, why don't you work it out? This dating world ain't shit right now. He's a good man. You ain't gonna find nobody gonna take care of kids like their father. No. Your loyalty, your cooperation has been historically known as faulty at best. Don't worry. To all my mods, because of the title of the show, expect some trolls. If they don't come up or ask for a link in 3 minutes, time them out for a whole day. But if they're saying some really egregious shit, just ban them completely. Because I knew the title was going to attract the trolls. And the Knights of the Gynocratic Army. What is there to report? I'm really wondering. What is there to report? Did you report a certain somebody who wanted to abort black male babies? Did you report the certain somebodies who constantly conspire against their own sons and daughters? See, people like you are the reason why channels like mine exist. Is to wake people to fuck up. Because if we don't, you don't report that mother who unlawfully keep their children away from the father. You don't report those drug dealers selling dope out front of your house. I don't have to report anything about anybody's show. That's the funny part. I don't need anybody. I could give my soliloquy lecture, all shit if I choose to. It's my channel. But back to what I was saying. I've seen it so many times where you would see women submit to their boss, but will argue with their man, and even harder if that man is truly right. In the words of St. Kevin, can't make this shit up. The man who's supposed to protect you with his life and kill for you if necessary gets the least respect. But you're doing that white man job and you will willingly bow down. You will know how to tamp that attitude. You will willingly shut all that noise down if that white boss says so. You know what I'm lying? And let's not even go to the husbands or the boyfriends, right? Let's see how you treat your children. You can't even submit and honestly be a good mother to your children. Because honestly, too many of you are trying to chase down a dude. You will literally take the child support you're getting from the father and buy new clothes and shoes for that man. He will willingly go out, wear those Jordans, wear them clothes, steal the juices and the snacks from the kids, and you'll fuss at the kids. But then you get on these social media platforms wondering why high value, good natured men decent men of class and culture, because not everybody makes 100K, you will literally go out your way to disrespect them, argue with them, just to get the pookie you wanted, you can control. You are the accomplice to the destruction of your own community. As a matter of fact, usually 80% of you are the architect of the destruction of your own families. You would rather leave that man, take the kids, talked about destroying them. And all I can say sometimes is, wow. Wow. That's all I can say is, wow. You will literally cut the supply line for your children's education and mental stability, physical protection, and spiritual prowess, and emotional stability for your happiness. Look at how you treat your boys. You rather spend more money on their AAU basketball thinking that kid might could hurry up and get your broke ass out the hood than going around putting money on a tutor. This is the craziest shit that I ever noticed about black women. You will send your kids to private school, know that kid's having a tough time, but won't even pay to get that kid a tutor. Y'all know I'm right. That cooperation alone with your children shows that you don't care. See, I tell people this all the time. I am not Kevin Samuels. I am not Dr. Jeff. I'm more of the spirit of vengeance anyway.
Oh,
I'm still here, people. Give me 1 second. I'm back, folks. Now, we're going to get into another subject. I forgot that I was muted for a second. But here's another thing that I've noticed. They folded it. You literally fail in the nutrition of yourselves and your families. That's one of the biggest failures. I want you to think about it. You literally failed in the nutrition of the family. I have never heard of so many ailments, so many overweight and obese children in my natural born life. It's a phenomenon to me. Literally is. And you know my feelings about it if you have obese children. I think that's a form of child abuse. I really do. You don't make sure your kids get enough exercise. And remember, majority of you have the kids anyway in our community, so yes, it's you. It's on you. Get over it. Stop carrying in the 2000s. I think 90, in the late 90s, I might have been stopped carrying. How many of you actually can cook? And this is to a lot of black women out there. A lot of you stopped cooking. A lot of you refuse to cook. You used to take pride in that shit. Growing up, women used to challenge each other. Oh, you can't cook, bitch. You ain't gonna get no man. Now,
you would know, seriously.
now I don't cook, I don't clean, and I still get a ring. And even Cardi B lied, and you saw her on live sweeping with a broom. You pride yourself off of bad habits. You are failures of the nutritionists of your family. You wonder why your kid's always sick. You wonder why your kids are frail. You wonder why your kids are obese. You wonder why your kids are malnutritioned. You will literally go out of your way to get some chicken nuggets instead of feeding home cooked meals. Just out of pure laziness. Stubborn, rebellious. For what? Does it flaunt around your so called vaunted strength that nobody cares about? You became lazy. And when I look at the nutrition, yes, I have some friends who are female who lost 60 to 100 pounds. Kudos and congratulations to them, but even they'll tell you, I am not the majority. They even got in their friends' asses about, you need to cut down. You need to go to a gym. Not only will you double down on stupid shit, you will go get stupid shit like BBLs. Something that could risk your health. Exactly. You're throwing a fit because you can't buy junk food with snaps. With SNAP and independence cards, EBTs. You want to lose weight? Lightly seasoned chicken breasts, steamed vegetables, or big fish. A little bit of starch, just a little bit. Especially with that vegetable, you will drop so much fat off. With exercise, you will drop it off. A salad. I think a salad will benefit in weight loss. I'm going to say this very vividly and explicitly to everybody listening, especially if you have daughters. It's one thing about your boy being overweight, that's an issue in itself, but at least he could be a goddamn in football or some type of shot put. They have sports for him. Obese teenage or adolescent child is going to, female child at that, is going to catch hell. Okay? Hell. Her prospects in mating and dating is going to go to shit. Her self esteem is going to be in a toilet. She's going to be resorting to a bunch of hobosexuals. And I'm not even getting into the health ramifications. Do you want your daughter to be the easy girl or the practice girl for teenage boys? Or do you want her to play hard to get and actually get the best possible man she can attract? I don't see too many high tier men getting overweight women and not even taking them seriously, by the way. You've seen your daughter eat a whole box of yakami or beef and broccoli or shrimp fried rice that was made for two adults to share, and she's eating it by herself. You see the abnormal weight gain of a fucking 12-year-old who's the size of a goddamn adult male, and you do nothing about it. And you wonder why I say that shit is child abuse. You wonder why I say it's child abuse. The shit gets me steamed. But Shahrazad Ali said one of the most important roles for a woman was the nutrition of her family. And you wonder why you got childhood diabetes on the rise, obesity for children on the rise, laziness on the rise. Have you ever noticed why your child's having a hard time in school? Because they're not getting sufficient enough proteins and amino acids to develop their brains. So you're getting a lot. Let's talk about this. Since we on the subject matter, give me a woo in the chat if you want me to go black pill. Give me a woo in the chat if you really want me to go black pill about this. Hit that like button. Likes are free. If you feel inclined, hit the Cash App or the PayPal. Give me a woo in the chat if you want me to go black pill about this shit. You wonder why your children got asthma. You wonder why your children got all these palsies, all these diseases, all these afflictions. Here's a dirty little secret. A lot of the women will not tell you in the community how many of them smoke weed while they're pregnant, smoke cigarettes while they're pregnant, Black and Milds. How many of them drink still while pregnant? How many of them will not feed a balanced breakfast, lunch, and dinner to their children and stunt their development? Children not even getting enough calcium in their fucking diet, where they're breaking bones easy. It was rare to see children fall and break a bone because there was so much calcium rich food they were receiving. But now, you might as well look like Gumby because the children are so fragile from being malnutritioned. And malnutrition doesn't have to just deal with skinny. Ribs are showing, a prominent rib page being shown. No. It could be that the essential nutrients are not getting into that cow's system. But I'm wrong, but you want to report me, but you don't report motherfuckers who do that to their kids. Right? Type of shit we on today, right? You don't report that when you see an obvious pregnant woman smoking, drinking. And many of them are your goddamn girlfriends and relatives. Support us, man. Real quick, because we about to get fired up on some shit. Angry Black Man, here you go.
By the power of Grayskull.
After Dawns, we going plus ultra.
Now for a lesson. You may have heard these words before, but I'll teach you what they really mean. Go beyond. Plus ultra!
Thank you for your contributions to the show. And that's the subject matter. Anything Whitey does, we got to do the goddamn opposite. At some point, if my enemy has a strategy that's winning, why do I got to be the dumbass to pick the losing strategy instead of saying if you can't beat them, join them in success? You will take the worst. What? Don't do it yet. Kicking the chair, Charles. Kicking the chair. Kicking the goddamn chair. Keep doing your show, Charles. About to go. About to go to fuck off. That Aries blood is rising. Trust me. That shit is rising. You will go and you will literally sell your stamps to get some tickets, some weed. But then you'll buy a bunch of junk food for your kids and you're wondering why they're always hungry. I just fed you. You will buy some ramen noodles, something that has almost no nutritional value, especially by itself. I could understand if you're making pork, chicken, fish with it, shrimp, something. But by itself, it's already high in sodium. You you will give them the most nutriently degraded shit ever commanded, and then get mad while they're still hungry. I would say, why don't you teach your kids to cook? Because not even half of you can still cook. Let's be realistic about this shit, right? Half of you can only cook, and it's not growing. It's actually becoming even less of you. It's so terrifying on so many levels that you literally, at this day, shout out to the Professor Cerulean Gray, one half of the Gray Faulkner Initiative. He said it best when he did his show. It is a national emergency that you can't get enough 18-year-old men to pass the basic requirements to get in the military. Not even the PT test, the basic requirements. There are some American males who have no handicaps that cannot physically do 10 push ups, that are from the ages of 13 to 18, who cannot do 10 push ups because they're so weak. They're addicted to video games, and I'm a gamer. My son's a gamer, but he'll go out and run 3 to 5 miles every other day. I'll lift. I'll get on a bike. I'll get on a stationary bike quick. We could do 20 minutes. Hell, we might even do a whole hour. I will actually fast 24 hours and not eat a goddamn thing and get my body going back into eating the stored fats of the body like it's supposed to. I want you to realize this. How many? How many times? How many times do we see this shit? Oh. There you go. You will sell your goddamn food stamps to go take fucking $1,000 or $1,500 pictures with Chris fucking Brown. You know what? Some people just need to be Stan Henson. $1,500. If you can take a $1,500 picture, but you can't get your son, especially your son or your daughter, a goddamn tutor, the community ought to whoop your ass. You know what's really fucked up? A lot of the women who say I'm a good woman, the number one thing you'll do is never check the bad ones. You'll never check the bad ones. It's almost like you have the secret code that says, I won't say nothing about you, as long as you don't say nothing about me. Think about that. You've been in some of these houses. You just hating on black women. How can I? The only time you will talk up against black female fuckery, shout out to Obsidian, is when you want to embarrass the other black female. There, I said it. There you go. I said it. The only time you want to talk up against black female fuckery is when you got one up on that black female. There. Cat's out the bag. But yes, ask her to get a tutor. And I can't hate on Chris Breezy. I can't hate on Chris Breezy. Not his fault a sucker's born every minute. Not his fault. What is he going to do? Say, no, I'm not going to take your money? Do you think the average black person can afford $1,500 to take pictures with another black person? Remember, now that we're talking about money, we're going to go into another subject matter that black women don't do too well. It's called debt to income ratio. Debt to income ratio. Give me 1 second, folks. Sorry about that, folks. Everybody loves to call me when I get on. Nobody says a goddamn thing to me all day. But let's look at this real closely. You can tell a great mother if she's dressed decent. Not saying she gotta be a bum, but her children always look immaculate. They're at least clean. They don't have to wear name brand shit. Your children. Once in a while may be cool. But if her children are always well kept, hair doesn't look like it's fighting itself, groomed well, she gives a damn. But we're going to go back to this thing called debt income ratio. Excuse me. Now, I did not finish college. I may attend in the near future. Who knows? Let these military benefits do their thing. That's why the Gray Faulkner Initiative says get your young boys into the military. Especially if they have nothing to do or no skills that could possibly pay bills. Now, that being said, about 85 to 90% of the women I've dated had a college degree. So, I can say this with very big conviction. Do you imagine the debt that a lot of these women were under? And these are school teachers, had dual masters, working for the school system in Virginia. One chick I dealt with was a financial officer for the federal government, masters in finance. Another chick was a teacher. One was a nurse. Um, One worked in the medical industry. I mean, let's completely think about this shit, right? These highly degreed women came with a lot of fucking debt. You marry them, the power is not yours. You were always in debt. And a lot of times when you marry these chicks, their debt becomes your debt. A lot of times, let's go even further into the subject. They're looking for bailouts. And most of the men who dealt with these chicks had to literally help them get out of debt and get the shit talked out of them, get disrespected horrendously. It's air superiority because why? You have a degree that you can't afford. You have a degree that benefits you not. It's ridiculous, folks. Fucking ridiculous. They're in such bad debt and don't learn their lesson. They'll buy a house they can't afford while they're under school, massive school debt. But such an educated class that they claim to be, I want you to think about this, right? That they can marry a vet and a lot of that debt is forgiven. Or is it going to be taken care of? But once again, because of your vaunted, I want to be free, you don't know a good deal when you see it. Oh well, not my burden to bear, not my cross to carry. Then, not only do you have the debt, majority of black women, by the way, if they have two or more kids, there's about a 70% chance it's by two or more men. So now you got to deal with kids, which she's probably going to have more kids than you, which has always been the case, especially for me, where chicks would have two, three, four kids, and I just have my one. And you're thinking to yourself, like, my God, I'm spending more money for Christmas gifts and birthday gifts than what she's got to spend for my kid. If you got two or three kids, are you gonna spend twice or three times as much for my kid to equal it out? No. So even when it comes to children, your debt income ratio is abysmal. Report that. Report that. You wonder why so many shows talk about not dealing with single moms. What they're not directly telling you is the debt income ratio is outrageous. You'll never get out that insurmountable debt. And then what will they usually do? Go back to school, get another degree that becomes obsolete, and then what? Cry about it, expect you to help pay for it. You help pay for it, then she throws the shit in your face that she's educated and you're not. But she wasn't smart enough or capable enough to get a job or career that could pay off that debt. Or she wasn't smart enough to take scholarships in the first place. And these women have billions of scholarships just for them. But she'll look down on a bus driver until that bus driver uses money and benefits to pay off that debt, right? Nobody wants that bus driver, huh? But that's the point. At some point, every hero, I appreciate the compliment, but every hero has to say in his mind, is it worth saving or is it worth letting it die out? Is it worth saving or is it worth letting it die out? I'm going to ask you this question. That's actually a good question. Is this truly my community? Number one. Number two, if it is, am I allowed to dictate the day to day and major decisions on the going ons of my community? Number three, are those same women who are in this community, are they a deficit or a benefit? Are they liabilities or their assets? Number five, are the women willing to give at least their sons to the fathers? Their daughters too, if the father is actually more capable of a parent. Are they willing to do that? Or are they going to constantly get in our way? Tell me then, is it worth saving? Come on up to the panel, man. Come on the panel. We'll do a one-on-one, and you can ask me any question you want. Come on the panel. You can ask me any question you want. I want you to come on the panel. We'll have a one-on-one. So let me ask you this one question. Are the women of my community, are they going to pick the best and brightest and most capable men that they can attract? Are they willing to sit down, be submissive, cooperative, obedient to the men that provide and protect them? See, discipline without love is abuse, my friend. And we've been getting abused for over a century and a half. You're asking me to go into a burning building to go save people who don't want to be saved. Why should I have to take precedence over the community first when men like me are always the ones they want to have a dispute with? They don't like capable men. They're the ones who say, I don't want to be married. I'm waiting for homeboy. What's up, babe? You want people to go into the burning building.
I have no
Let's go.
sound.
Huh? Try it now.
Are you talking? Because I have no sound.
Yeah. Oh, what about now? You want people to come up into the burning building. You want people to come up into the burning building. He said, are you willing to let
I'm
the...
gonna come out and come back in. I have no sound.
All right. He said, are you willing? I can hear you. I don't know what's going on your side, but I can hear you loud and clear. Um, I'm still waiting for you, brother, man. I'm still waiting for you. I want you to ask that question again, man. And I want to know, are you black or white? Yep. Can you hear me?
Still have no sound. Let me go to
Oh,
the desktop.
all right. I want you to ask that question. Do you think white men, if they were getting disrespected by their women, do you think they would go search for another type of women? I mean, you go to Brazil, that's the blackest country outside of Africa, and find in shape, submissive, cooperative, fun, caring women. Red pill, Bay, how y'all doing?
Yo, what's up, brothers?
There we go. Now
Yeah.
I have it on. We've got Bush.
We got see. He said, "Are you willing to let it collapse?" What about the kids? What about them? Did you not hear me when I asked the question about accountability? It's not her fault she picked bad men. It's not her fault, especially the person who decides who comes into the earth 100% of the time. Isn't it her body, her choice? You
I
know.
think
Go
I
ahead.
think it's I think it's going to be a beautiful thing when that mandatory DNA test goes nationwide,
Mm-hmm.
as well as
Because
that 50-50 custody split.
because you know goddamn well, if they would have done that years ago, you would have changed how men view women overnight. What's up? What's up, Lonzo? I want you to think about it. When I did the thing about, remember when I did the one about the men, right? Not anybody tried to report my channel. Not anybody bitched. Men took it in stride. I reported your channel. Come on up here. I'm just telling the truth.
Got to get his thong out the dryer.
I don't think he's manly enough to wear one. Just met a brother from the Black Investor Hall of Fame. Nice. I want you to think about this. Is it really worth saving if you're not given a stake in here? Remember what I said about the debt income ratio is horrendous. How many women rather keep their independence to get married to a guy with a vet or somebody with some benefits that could help with school debt?
You know what? That was the show I did last night. I didn't get that clip in there, but they were talking about what's going on over in China and Korea. One of the big things that's going on in China, the women who are after the age of 28, they are considered damaged goods. You know, Christmas cake, leftover women, whatever you want to call them, because these guys know that these women have been run through by, you know, sugar daddies.
Mm-hmm.
They call it sugar dating or compensated dating. They know these chicks have been run through. So when they hit 28, they're done, especially if they don't have any children. And the thing about it is that, I mean, they got like a whole park where men and women show up with their dating resumes, like outside, you know, going over each other's resumes and everything, or whatnot. But the thing is that the women are no different than here. They're looking for men who make a certain amount of money, have a certain amount of lifestyle, etc. Because what the scam is, how these women do it, they marry the guy that's got the money. They use that guy's money to pay off their debt, and then boom, they ghost the marriage.
Yep.
No different.
And that's why I wanted Homeboy to come up here so he can ask me this question. What about the kids? If they don't give a fuck who they have the kids by, why should I care?
What about the kids? What about the kid's father? Where is he? Where's the
Hey,
father?
what's up, everybody?
What's
man?
up, baby?
Hey, look, Charles, it's the same outdated talking points. It's always black men are supposed to care about the community. Why don't anybody ever ask black women to give a shit about the community?
You know, it's a bigger question. What the fuck do I get if I save this motherfucker?
That too. What
You
about the kids?
you get this lazy ran through coochie with less than 30 seconds worth of head, horrible head. Thomas, man, am I done?
What about the kids?
Yeah.
Why don't you dudes ever go tell Oprah to care about the black community?
He
Is
did a good
anybody
job.
asking Rihanna to give a damn about the black community? When black women get their money, nobody says a word.
Yeah. Oh, but Rihanna doesn't want to get married. Gee, I wonder why.
Who the hell wants to marry a whore?
But it's always some regular black dude that everybody feels like they want to wag their finger in his face. You're supposed to care about the black community, bro. What about the kids, bro? Tell their fucking mothers to care about their kids.
You can't even
You the
teach them
one
to
who
fucking
went
read.
got pregnant. You the one who got pregnant so you can get on that housing list. What am I
Trying to
supposed
get
to
out of
do?
your mama's house.
Why is that my job now? To help you and your bastards.
Mm.
Seriously. You got pregnant for stamps. You got pregnant so you can get on the housing list. When is that going to ever get talked about?
You know, can I be honest? The one thing I hated about the quote unquote conscious community is that they pushed, because it's let's be honest, it was gynocentric. Nothing but a bunch of old whores and dashikis. They pushed that whole stepdaddy culture thing. And I tell you what, if I could ever redo my life, I would have never partook in that shit. I had so many
It's a
fucking
lose,
headaches dealing with other people's kids. It's ridiculous.
it's a lose-lose situation.
If
You
it ain't
lose
the
money.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
You lose money. You lose time, careers, dealing with other people's children. Because guess what? They never teach their children to be respectful.
They never appreciate it.
Children to steal from you, but their dad, who wasn't shit to begin with, will always get the praise. And that's why I said don't do it. Single mothers are for fun, not for serious men. You're regulated to whore duty. I know, I said it. I said it. I'll make some of my friends mad by saying that.
Well, you know, you have to ask the question: at what age did you stop slumming?
That's the golden question right there.
What age did you stop slumming? What age did you stop dipping your dick in poverty? Talking about, I'm trying to build something with this. I stopped doing that shit in 02 because I had to.
That's the golden question right there. You can't slum. Don't slum. No, 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 no. Out of all these backbiting comments, and get up on the panel. Let's keep it real, fellas. If black guys got the money and started taking authority, the black community could be. No, it cannot. Has the women of the black community ever, and I do mean ever, have they ever been submissive, obedient, and cooperative?
You know what? In all honesty, it can be fixed, but you know what it's going to take? And Lewis, he'll vouch. It's going to take 2 generations of going through Trump's big beautiful bill in order for that to happen, because you see what they're doing with the food stamps, you see what they're doing with welfare, you see what they're doing with Section 8. All right, they're making all of these changes to where you're no longer living off of this shit. You get 2 years food stamps. You get them for 7, because then after 7 you're cut off. You know, because if you have a child, you get it to the child that's 7 years old. At that, you're cut off. But everything else, you get 2 years, 2 years of Section 8, 2 years of welfare, and with SNAP, you get the 7, but you got to be working at least 20 hours. And of course, you see RFK Jr. They're getting ready. They're banning junk food from SNAP. They're banning that. They're also taking all the additives and preservatives out of shit. Because do understand them chemicals do change your brain. A prolonged exposure to poverty will destroy you for generations.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Our behavior as Black people collectively, we still have that generational curse of the overseer, because the overseer dealt with us more so than quote unquote massa. So overseers were normally piss poor trailer trash whites, violent, emotional, ignorant, rapey, and you go through a couple generations of that, and that becomes the norm for you. And what, we were enslaved here for what, 400 years? So you're looking at an ingrained behavior that has to be programmed out of us.
It has to be
So,
stomped out.
huh?
Has to be stomped out.
Right. So you're looking at, if everything that happens next year with this big beautiful bill, if it continues, because you're looking at probably 8 years advance unless something happened to them, God forbid. And the Democratic Party is going to be a completely different party by the time Vance's first 4 years is up. I mean, it'll probably be a different party before it already is a different party. Let's just be honest. These motherfuckers have went Islamist. They went Islamist, Sharia law, fucking what's the narco terrorists. I mean, these people have, the criminal organization has revealed itself. By the time it's said and done, hopefully, the mentality will have been beaten, psychologically beaten out of us. Am I making sense?
Oh yeah.
Right. So no more, it's like, yo, no more poverty. You get in where you fit in. You're going to have to, or else you're fucking done. You'll probably wind up in a jail cell because you'll be out here committing stupid ass crimes. You got all these factory jobs that's getting ready to pour into this country next year. There's no excuse, because it won't just be factory. You're looking at trucking. You're going to start seeing restaurants and other little novelty stores that have disappeared over the past 4 years. You're going to see them start making a comeback. A lot more auto zones and all of this stuff. You're going to watch. It's going to be a different economic boom, but it won't be what we knew it to be before 2020. So it's just a matter of the young kids, the young black kids that actually have their heads on straight. Really, it's all up to them. What the fuck are they going to do? Because either you're going to be a syrup head crash out, or you're going to put on that fucking quarter zip and get your ass out here and get a fucking job. What's it going to be? Same with the women. What's it going to be? You can't depend on white zaddy. The fucking Hispanics don't want your ass outside of prostitution. Same thing with zaddy. What the fuck? You can't deal with Asian men. Asian men are very patriarchal. They slap the shit out of your ass. But do we not remember all of them beatings them ratchet ghetto black women were taking when they were trying to steal and get Maudi out of the Chinese beauty supply stores? Did we forget all of that? So you ain't got no choice. You ain't got no choice but to date within your proximity. And if you don't act right, then you can continue to date Leroy and Skillet and Felantonio and all them other motherfuckers and just be left in the dust while the rest of us move forward. Of course, we'll probably be dead. We probably won't live long. Charles, you might live long enough to see it, but anybody under the age of 40 will live long enough to see it. But this is the situation we're in as black people. Hey,
Tori, I want you to come up on the panel. Okay? I want everybody who says we should save it come up on the panel. Because I'm gonna tell you what, Asian men, Anglo-Saxon men, the WASP, if you will, were known to leave their wives back in the old country when that wife wasn't doing what the fuck she was supposed to do and remarry in another country. Why should we, as black men, deal with women who said they don't fuck with us? Answer that. Answer that. They literally will spread rumors, fucking rumors, against their own men, untruths, call us all down low or gay, when they're the majority LGBT, bisexual, 60 something percent, 65. You're telling me we're the leaders of the community? The only way you can lead a community if black men took majority stockholder of the children. Who has the children 80% of the time from the courts? Are these women picking men that are capable? Why do you think they love that type of fucking individual? Why do you think they love that type of individual? Because that individual does not have the authority or the grounding to tell her what to do. Why should we change if they're not willing to change? Why? You really want to save something that doesn't want to save itself. The black community is in fucking hospice, okay? Fucking hospice. This is coming from a man who doesn't have a problem getting women. Nobody on this panel has a problem getting women. Hell, two of the individuals on here are married. But notice we're all in different parts of the country, and we all said similar, if not the same damn thing. Why should we have to save it if we didn't destroy it? We didn't cause this shit. We're the ones who said, well, sister, got to get your head on straight, got to pick a good man. What did you do? You pick men that you knew you shouldn't have been around. You picked individuals that literally were hell bent on destruction. But y'all wanted to save it? I mean, really, that's like asking the small hats, why couldn't you fight back during the Holocaust? Why didn't you save yourself during the Holocaust? That's like asking the American Negro, why didn't you save yourself from slavery, which we end up doing eventually.
With what guns?
With what guns?
Yeah, with what guns? How are they going to fight against the Germans with what guns?
What guns? So you're asking us to save a community with what authority? What money is the government filtering through our pockets?
They want you to go on a suicide mission and die for them.
Exactly. If you're not willing to tell that small hat but you're willing to tell the American Negro to fight for a goddamn community that does not want to be saved nor respects him. That's not only disrespectful, that's disingenuous. Would you tell a Native American, why didn't you fight back on the Trail of Tears? The fucking, why don't you tell the Aztecs, why did you fight back with the fucking Spanish came to your fucking shit and stole all your silver?
Conquistadors. Cortez.
Mm-hmm. And
With
God
as
knows,
much
go ahead.
with as much shit black people always running their mouth about talking about white folks and racism, I don't see you doing shit
Mm-hmm.
besides in your mouth online or in the barbershops or anything, but you ain't doing nothing. You're not trying to improve your conditions. You don't want anything to change. You just want a bitch.
Mm-hmm. Or as
You
I
just
say,
want a bitch.
or as I say, you just want to suffer just slightly less. You're okay. You're okay with your poverty. And I'm gonna break this down. Can I go black pill for a minute? I'm gonna really go black pill for a minute. They're okay with your. Think about this. You want us to save a group of people who are okay with their sons having records, who are okay with their fucking sons in jail, sons who can't read functionally, sons who can't get employment because they kept ushering in for the girls. You're okay with that. But yet, when we talk about this shit, and when we get ready to do, when we get ready to teach motherfuckers, who's the first person to talk about all boys schools? Y'all will shut the all boys schools down. Y'all literally will shut all boys schools down for your sons getting a better education. You can't stand it. You- and it's funny, right? You know what's funny, Lou Bay and ABM? It's not like I haven't been talking for the last fucking hour and telling you some of the deep, dark secrets of the black community. Motherfuckers will still drink and smoke cigarettes or weed or Black and Miles while they're pregnant. Does that look like a motherfucking hero, a damsel in distress, or a fucking villain?
Charles,
Yeah,
you need to shut the fuck up. You're committing blasphemy. You can't tell God what to do.
exactly. But yet, I'm supposed to be the motherfucker that's supposed to feel something in my heart to bring this motherfucker back brick by brick.
Your mama black.
She is too.
So is Ilhan Omar. What does that mean?
Mm-hmm. And so is Hannibal, and so is and so is a few Roman emperors.
You hear that Christmas for homo caping for the Somalians?
Oh,
Umar.
really?
Of course.
Oh, goddamn! Really? What the fuck is he saying this time?
What? It's okay. Y'all still our brothers and sisters. Take all them white folks' money. Blah, blah, blah. You know, dumb nigga shit. I hate to use that word. I've been refraining, but I mean, it's Umar. He's so stupid. He is so stupid. I can't wait till they snatch him up.
The guy with all them degrees and that damn stupid, man.
Well, he got bitch degrees. He got psychology degrees.
Yeah.
What political science? You know, easy shit. Easy shit.
God dang it. But yeah, not one of you motherfuckers will ever tell black women to save this community. Why?
Because if they wanted to save it, they would have saved it already. It's like
Mhm.
trying to tell it. It's like trying to tell a kid don't pick his nose. He gonna pick his nose whether you watching or not. More often than not, if you start slapping his hand or whatnot, he'll just pick it when you're not looking. You have no. There's no control over a sentient human being. I don't even know why we act like we can do that. You have to use legislation and the whip to get people to do what you want them to do.
But according to the book of motherfuckeries, stop asking me to do something you're not willing to do. Stop it.
You know what the problem is, Charles?
Yes, sir.
The fact they resent us because our great granddaddy did not fight hard enough and die during the slave trade.
Like we had a
And,
choice.
and honestly, they're pissed off because we weren't the ones that was doing the raping and pillaging, so they could live in the lap of luxury. They want to be Mrs. Cartwright.
He will never be Mrs. Cartwright. And here's the crazy part. When Sinji asked this question, well, black men got guns. And the question was asked, how many sons are you going to birth to the cause? How many kids are you going to birth to the cause?
Black men have guns, but we don't own a gun factory. We don't make bullets. And a lot of the guns that black men have, man, say something. The local city SWAT will snipe your ass and be in line for a McGriddle breakfast at McDonald's 5 minutes before it opens. What the Harlem Nights? Stop shooting that little shit. What that little shit gonna do?
Little shit. God damn, stop shaking that little mouth.
That's how we would look.
You will look ridiculous. You're going against the number one military the world has ever seen to this day. We specialize in decimating countries. Y'all know that? We specialize in me. He said they don't care about any slave trade, nor most of them know about it. They have been trained to despise black men, point blank, period. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Forget. But the women folk.
Can I laugh when people really sitting up here thinking that we're gonna go to war with Venezuela? I was like, that's like going to war with your 2-year-old son in his room. One hand tied behind your back, on your knees. Like, come on. 2 or 3 slaps, the fight is over.
Yeah. Like that's what I was talking.
I like that he's seizing the oil tankers because you know that's how Maduro is paying for those drugs there at the bottom of the ocean. You got to pay them countries back with oil because there's no cash, and Trump is seizing the tankers. This is why Maduro said last week, he was like, "Yo, I'll rightfully leave Venezuela if I can go to a friendly country." That's the same thing Zelensky is really, in all honesty, when this is all said and done, if he's still alive by the time they sign the paperwork, he already knows he's a dead man walking. There's nowhere on earth he can go. Don't even think about. Matter of fact, please come to the United States. Make it easy for us.
So he can make it much easier to put you down to sleep.
Yeah. Go ahead. You'll have a Johnny Cochran. The morning news. Oh, found dead in the swimming pool. Instant cancer. Zelensky. Just like how Epstein killed himself and
Shot himself in the head twice.
Yeah. The guy who exposed the CIA and the crack epidemic committed suicide by shooting himself in the back of the head twice. And by the way, he also hid all of his info in a ransacky way.
He went crazy. And those were two well-placed shots, too.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to invoke politics. It's just...
No, that's part of it. That's part of it. Politics is part of it. Oh, yeah. Here's another thing that black women fail to do. They fail to even know what politics truly means and are about.
Aren't they just about abortion?
Yeah. Most of the problems in the black community deal with what? The political disenfranchisement of black men. You literally go out of your way to vote for a bunch of motherfuckers who wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire.
77%.
Think about it. You've seen how the Democratic Party ran roughshod through your neighborhoods. Your so-called police brutality in these cities are ran by who? Democratic voters. Your streets can never truly be filled with your night lights. Every time you see a Democratic mayor, you see crime. Has anybody noticed that?
Yeah.
The correlation is they don't even want you to carry in New York, but it's nothing but crime.
Oh, I can't wait till they empty them jails.
Crime.
It's gonna be like Gotham City for real.
Well, hey, Bay.
Yeah.
Remember what I said? What about when they were fucking up Minnesota during the riots?
Yeah.
Everybody fell for the trick bag. They coddled you and enabled you to act like a fool. You're acting like a fool in front of the whole world, and your actions, all you're doing is building utter contempt, and you're giving people excuses to get rid of you by any means necessary, by justification, going hard on laws where you're going to have innocent black people that's going to be collateral damage because of your fuckery. And that's the leading cause. If you think about it, you have a long-term democratically run area, and what happens? It becomes gentrified. That's the end result of it.
And then guess what? Those white people will buy them houses up, fix that entire block. Next thing you know, your house, which was barely worth $100,000, that whole block,
property taxes if you own it.
Yep, that whole block.
You're going to be rented out where you can't afford to pay the fucking rent.
Not just the rent, but the land tax.
Yeah.
If you own your house, your land tax is going to double. That's what happens when they regentrify. They come in, they fix up all of the old homes, old abandoned homes. Then your land tax doubles. They start bringing in businesses. Why do you think the first thing they do is the sidewalks, a library, a Starbucks? You know what I'm saying? A pottery barn.
A dog park.
Yeah, they start there. They start by increasing your land taxes
So when you have those guys knocking on your door, you know, hey, do you want to sell your home and all of this stuff? I mean, you really do need to take that into consideration, because what'll happen is once those houses, those new houses are being refurbished, and then your land taxes come in, you go from paying $3,000 a year to now $6,000 a year, and you ain't got it.
Hey,
Just
babe,
like they trying to do to those people in Chicago. You ain't got it. Then your house, whoever pays your back taxes for your house, they own your house.
hey, babe, you forgot something else too.
What's
And
up, say?
you're gonna appreciate this. They send their forced reconnaissance in, those fucking land surveyors, the guys with the hard hat and the orange vest with the tripod.
Oh yeah.
Once they there, it's a wrap.
Yeah, you can forget it. So either you have to pay your land taxes, or they'll just a corporation can come in and buy your house right up under you if you have back taxes. Therefore, you walk away with nothing when they was probably offering you blue book, quote unquote, blue book value of it. Here's 80,000. We'll give you 80,000 for your house. I ain't selling. This is my homes. Okay. Meanwhile, you watching construction trucks across the street, 2 houses down. You know what I'm saying? All up in your neighborhood and shit.
An army of Mexicans building up a house in 3 weeks.
Yeah. All of a sudden, you start seeing all of this. You know, ooh, they fixing places. They fixing the stuff up, not knowing they about to push you out. They about to push you out. Brandon Johnson, let me tell you something. When he get that money, the biggest problem is that $800 million or whatnot that he really wants. He wants to use that money to snatch up them black people's homes. I mean, let's unpack this for a minute. You got this pro-black piece of shit, goofy ass, coon ass mayor talking all this black power shit. Meanwhile, he dumped the illegals in your neighborhoods. Crime has exploded in your black neighborhoods where crime has exploded. He took away ShotSpotter. You've got cops coming home from work getting gunned down. I know one of them happened in Baltimore with the young chick, but it's also happening in Chicago too. You've got people shooting and attacking ICE agents. All of this is approved by the city and the governor. And now, because Trump is not giving them any federal aid until they turn over, and he's doing this to a lot of states, turn over your SNAP and voter rolls. We want to see where everything that has anything to do with federal funds, we need them records, because they're about to run a forensic audit on these people. And if you ain't got it, if you don't turn it over, you won't get it. But we're still going to run a forensic audit on you. You see what's going on with California with the homelessness stuff. That new attorney general that Trump appointed, he sent them out there in April. Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass and them other people, they looking at possible prison time, because that dude is a pit bull, and he in there going through them records. Do you understand? They gonna do this across the United States. They're going to run forensic audits on these people. And if one penny, one red cent come up missing, your ass is grass. They already threw that Hannah McDougal bitch in jail. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
No.
That judge up there, where you at, Lewis? No, she in Wisconsin. That chased the ICE agents, told them to go talk to the master judge or whatever, and the motherfucker wasn't even there that day. So she led the illegal out the back tunnel way where the judges and shit go, where the staff area was. Let him go out the back door. Of course, they knew what the fuck she was up to. Yeah, she was found guilty today.
Well, you know what? I'm at the point I have no sympathy. One, if you can't see with your own fucking eyes that these people are more loyal to people that don't even live here or have no vested interest in you, you get everything you deserve.
Why you think I've been saying stop voting? Stop. You ain't got to be a Republican. Be independent, but stop fucking with the Democrats. They're not your friends.
But
Brandon
Bang,
Johnson wants that $800 million so he can take them fucking homes right off from up under your asses and put those illegals in those homes.
but see, here's the thing, Bay. 18 months ago, 2 years ago, well, I think it was 18 months ago, we were doing the dual streams, all of us. We weren't talking about how to mac on a bitch or how to run game, you know, or get your body up, how to hypnotize a broad to get into the bed. We was talking about these life issues that are coming to fruition today. You got low viewership. I got comments. I'm sick and tired of this dual stream shit. Blah, 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 blah. But yet, if you talk about abroad, about the B-dub, you'll get hundreds of people in here. People can't get no support. You'll get like your loyal 15 people. And to you, I salute you very much because you have a brain.
Can I laugh at? I haven't had a comment on my video ever since I talked about how the Islamists have taken over Jersey. That was, I mean, like maybe January, February. Yesterday's video, I talked about the Asian dating scene, how they're destroying feminism in Korea. I finally got a comment since that video about the Islamists taking over New Jersey. I did that video, I think, in February.
Yeah.
I mean, my shorts get plenty of comments, but the last, you know what? But it's fine. It's fine. If we can sit here and we can bitch about women. I don't care. I mean, it's not my centerpiece, but you know, to each his own, right, fellas?
Yeah. But that's where
Fellas?
my priorities at. Look, I had for a week and a half, I had the video where it was a black woman with a white husband, and she was eating dog food out of a dog bowl. And then I had another one where it was a black girl, her white friend or lesbian lover had her on a dog leash, whipping her, calling her nigger outside in the downtown area, and she laughing, hee hee and ha ha. If I would have posted those videos, I would have got like 10,000 views.
Lewis, if they like it, I love it.
Oh, yeah.
You like it, I love it. I got a video on my TikTok where this chick, they apparently, you know, the hood booger stole this dude's car. He ran up on them. After they parked the car, trying to go in the house, he ran up on them. The bitch. The bitch left the baby in the back of the car, banging on the door.
Oh, I seen that. Yeah.
Yeah. And the dude with the gun, because he don't give a fuck, he kept telling her, get the baby. She arguing with the nigga. Oh, excuse me. She arguing with the dude. She arguing with the dude with the gun. He like, get the baby. Yeah, get the baby out the car. Because she was saying, somebody get the baby, while she pounding on the door. It's your baby. Go get your own goddamn baby. And people were telling her, yo, go get the baby. Go get the baby. While the dude had the guy who was behind the wheel, he had him at gunpoint. She arguing with the dude with the gun about the car. And he like, fuck that. Go get the baby. I ain't gonna shoot you. Go get the baby. I gotta give you 16 for one.
You know what? All this shit, I gotta go on a binge watch and rewatch all the David Carroll videos again, because everything this brother said from 10 years ago is happening now. And you know what? I said this shit on AB stream a month ago. Because let's be honest. They got Charles.
It's probably his internet.
He'll be back.
He got that Baltimore Wireless.
The T-Mobile Wireless.
Yeah, Baltimore Wireless.
The
My
wind blowing the
T-Mobile wireless
wire
works. Thanks. Just fine. Thank you very much.
okay. The wind
Got that ball-
blows
you
on the
got that ball-
cables. His internet get janky. That's that Brandon Scott internet.
Yeah.
I did a story on Baltimore in a minute. Oh, y'all see gas prices in California have exploded because the oil refineries are moving out of Washington because they figure the cost of doing business in California, they say it's just not worth it. So they're moving the oil refineries off the West Coast. There will be no oil refineries on the West Coast. So with them moving them more inland, like a state over, you know what that California gas prices, Oregon, state Washington, their gas prices are about to be out the chain. But this is Gavin Newsom's fault. His fucking policies have chased more businesses out of California than a goddamn 7.2 earthquake. $700 McDonald's left last year. What's that? The Five Guys burgers, that the popular joint, they shut down. Oakland lost all of its sports teams. It's a ghost town. Keith Lee went up there on his food tour back when we used to pay attention to that shit. And I mean, it looked like a Scooby-Doo ghost town.
Yeah, it's a ghost town. Yeah.
Yeah. San Francisco the same way. LA is on its way. That's why you got so many celebrities moving to Vegas or Arizona. Yes, sir.
We in Baltimore back when Bush was still president, this right before Obama, the same shit was happening here. Pepsi left, other companies left, a lot of small business people left, especially when they came up with that rule about the AR. A lot of small gun stores left and shit. What you see in California now is just a mass version of what was going on here in Maryland, because I remember the governor of Texas at the time, this is 2006, 2007. Again, this right before Obama. The governor, whoever the governor was of Texas, was running ads on the radio here telling Marylanders, pack your business up and move to Texas. Get the hell out of Maryland.
That's what the governor of Tennessee did.
Yeah.
He won the election. He did a PSA to New York businesses. Move to Tennessee. We got clean air, clean water. We got the workforce. We'll help you out. You get tax breaks. Bring your ass.
Yeah. And that's just what happened in California. And again, I mean, it's hard to feel sorry for people that keep voting for the shit. I just don't get it. I don't understand what people in California, why do you vote Democrat? For what?
Because
and what's fucked up is a lot of people, Democrats, are moving from California to Texas. See, and that's going to eventually fuck up the whole voting demographics there. You don't need that liberal shit in Texas.
You know what? That's why they redo them maps. That's exactly why not only to get rid of like Jasmine Crockett and Al Green and secure more seats for the Republican Party, but they know they're getting that liberal influx. You know, that's why do you think you have Ron DeSantis, even though his presidential bid went up in smoke, but as far as the state of Florida, you don't fuck around in Florida. They getting ready to do away with land tax. There's no such thing as squatters' rights. They telling them if you come home and somebody's in your house, you have the right to blow their fucking heads off because that's burglary. If you call the cops, if they can't produce a lease or they produce a fake lease, the automatic arrest. Matter of fact, you produce a fake lease, they're tagging that as a felony theft. But if you don't produce a lease, then they just arrest you and charge you with breaking and entering. Do you understand? Florida is not playing around. You see what happened when that dude, if y'all saw that whole video where the police socked that little motherfucker up, like, because, you know, whether he had his hazard lights on or not, the cop had already ran his plates. He riding dirty. You know what I'm saying? He riding no license, no insurance. The car ain't even supposed to be on the road. You trying to give me 2 for 1. Now you want to be an asshole about it. Now you got a knife in there and you piss me off. Yeah, you getting socked in your fucking jaw. And you can go whine and bitch to Ben Crump all the fuck you want to. Fuck you, nigga. We make the rules out here in Florida, not you. And we said, fuck him. Case dismissed. We didn't see nothing wrong because they tired. You understand? They tired. They done with all of this stupid shit that was given the ability to roam carte blanche under the Biden administration. Ain't no more of trying to call somebody racist and suddenly they supposed to clutch their pearls. Fannie Willis yesterday, in the middle of her hearing, she kept trying to blame racism for why she gave Nathan Wade over damn near $1 million. Well, what about y'all ain't gonna investigate calling me the N-word on the internet and all that stuff? After she did her little rant, the guy that was grilling her, he went back and asked his original question. Why did you pay him $600,000, your boyfriend? Why did you pay him $600,000 for a case that he wasn't qualified for? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I totally understand.
They want to hear that shit. They're done. They're done.
Yeah.
They're
And
done.
I'll go a little bit further. This is why you see these they trying to bring back right-wing Christian nationalism. That's their counter to all this woke LGBTQ shit. Drag
And
queen
definitely
storytelling
Islamic.
time and boys can be princesses too and all this type of shit. So now they're countering that shit. They done. When Trump said the woke shit is over, he meant that shit.
Oh yeah.
Nobody cares about your fucking pronouns. Nobody's gonna have to fucking deal with it now.
Yeah.
And they're bringing back white Christian nationalism.
They have to. Because if you don't, the Islamists will take over this country.
They don't fucking care. And they ran it into a hole. It started off with, hey, we gays, we should get married. Then there was some weird shit about bathrooms. And now it's almost a crime if I don't call a fucking dude in a dress ma'am or Mrs.
Shit, not anymore.
Well, the Republicans came in and said no more of that bullshit.
You have the right to whoop his sissy ass.
And black people, it's still on, all the black people that's still on this what is it? Identity politics. Oh yeah, we need representation, man, and all that bullshit. But yet you never gonna get nothing ever benefits you. You're gonna be like the black people in fucking Chicago. And I remember being on Twitter. This was in 2020, and I was saying that shit to people like, you know, all of you black people in Chicago, you don't want Trump. At least Trump is trying to get rid of the fucking illegals. Now all the black people are crying and bitching and whining and complaining. You niggas vote for that shit. I'm tired of feeling sorry for people. You could have easily voted against it. Everybody else in the Midwest did. Trump's damn near swept the Midwest. But you goofy niggas still went Democrat. And now your black representation mayor, what's his name?
Brandon Johnson.
Yeah, Brandon Johnson. Now he done raised the fucking hell out your damn taxes. What you thought, he was going to tax white people? White people ain't going to have that shit. They not going to play around with them. Unlike you niggas.
He didn't tax them. He didn't tax them. Go on.
Yeah. He taxed the fucking hell out of niggas. And they talking about you can take out a loan at 9% interest to pay your fucking property taxes. Like, what the hell?
Be a double debt. You lose your
Jesus.
home and have that debt over your
Hey,
head.
you like it, I love it. That's all I got to say about that. You like it, I love it.
And that chick told them, she said, y'all need to come out and vote. She's like, I don't know why y'all don't vote. You remember that white chick, the city treasurer or whatever. She said, because they asked her, it's like, well, why is this happening? She was like, because the people don't vote. They don't get out and vote. They don't get off their ass. Like, we have 14% voter turnout. The Hispanics are down here trying to get, because you know they got in Chicago, you can get that like this discount thing or whatever, you know, to go against your property taxes. She said the Hispanics are down here filling out that paperwork left, right, front and center, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and in between meal stacks. The black folks ain't doing it, but you know why? Because they didn't tell the black folks. They told the Hispanics. Told the Hispanics, come on down to City Hall. You can get this discount. Didn't tell the black shit. But your mayor is pro-black. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, you good. And again, you still got to blame black people, because when the fuck is niggas going to start paying attention to something other than celebrity gossip? The Hispanics know to get their asses down City Hall and fill out paperwork. What you niggas doing? What y'all paying attention to that y'all didn't hear it?
But oh, I forgot, folks. You talk bad about women. I said, let me tell you how economically backwards this American system has become. You made everything a fucking sit on your ass economy, that you took jobs away from black men and gave them to anybody else except you. And remember, like I told my boy Chris here, he says you never talk about white people. Oh, white people get their own special place in hell with me. And I'm not even racist, but historically, you fucked up countries, you fucked up races of people. There's not one country and one race of people you did not fuck over. Not one. Tell me one country you benefited when you enslaved them, genocided them, or fucking ripped them off for their natural resources. Now, I'm so happy. People complain, you voted for Trump, you voted for Trump. Damn right I did. You think me being a father and potentially my son might have kids? You think he wants to raise his kids and have dominion over his kids without a bitch taking him to court unjustifiably?
Well, the school teaching him how to give blowjobs?
I mean, would you rather have the school system teach you an education or teach you how to be, it's okay for a boy to give a blowjob? They have actually had schools in the United States with sexually explicit shit in their libraries of their elementary schools. But yet, I had one guy say, you vote for Trump. Why not? Why not? Did you notice that black men are getting more jobs? Did anybody notice that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Black men's employment is going up. Black men's is going down. Did you know in these last 4 months, black men out earned white women?
Mm-hmm. You know why? Go ahead.
Please
tell us why.
First and foremost, when you have illegals in your country, they always compete against black folks, black men especially. So if you take those illegals who are getting fucking paid pesos, because black men will do any job as long as you pay him a healthy wage. Now, because we're American citizens and we like to get paid in American dollars and not Mexican pesos, right? So now we're taking those jobs and we're actually getting trained to be electricians again, plumbers again, mechanics again, HVAC, all these different things, right? So when you go into this system, you got to have a plan. You got to have a plan that says, what happened to me 20 years from now? Do you have the skills that somebody can give you a job and you can make six figures off of that?
If you can drive a forklift, you
Imagine
can
if you
count.
got trained. Imagine if you got trained in heavy machinery,
Learn how to drive
CDL,
a truck.
get your CDLs,
Yeah.
get your mechanic, get your welding. You know how many ships we need to build with welders? This is the shit that I told you about the education. Why don't you push your sons into something that could have them set for life?
Matter of fact, steel mill jobs have made a tremendous comeback. Because remember, Trump pulled the contracts from China.
Yeah,
We're building ships and planes and whatnot here in America now.
because you have to make industry. Why are we going to our enemies looking for resources? The motherfuckers that planned 9/11, you know where they're from. When you can actually innovate and be the darling of the world again, take it. See, black people want something that says we got to do it for black people. Instead of saying, niggas, I'm speaking in code to get you on board. Take advantage of this shit while it's still around. How many motherfuckers will go to Amazon and not take their educational benefits to learn about robotics? You can get an associate's degree and a bachelor's through Amazon for robotics. Did you know that?
Yeah, I knew. I told my son about it.
How many motherfuckers taking advantage of this shit?
Yeah, when I was working for Marriott, they would pay you to go to school if you wanted to. Ain't that something?
Yeah.
They would pay you to go to school.
Why do you think I'm just waiting to hear back from the VA where they can send me to school? I could choose to do executive protection where they're starting. I could do federal security for the FDA, start at $40 an hour, or I could do executive protection for a CEO and they could start me off with 130 a year. You know why I get to do that? Because I laid foundation 25, 26 years ago that when you think of protection, you're going to look at me and say, hey, can I protect you? Do I look like it? Do I look like if you're walking with me, somebody's going to fuck with you? That's what matters. Can you do the part and do you look the part? That's the only two damn things that matter. If you're not busy, look busy. And what we fail to do as a people, and this is all that save the community shit, did these bitches vote to get more jobs in? Because last time I checked, what's the percentage of black women who voted against Trump?
96.
So you want to vote against industry and then complain about the same industry that's getting your man paid.
It's just talk. These chicks don't want. Look, the men that they want that make more money than them are the men that they want to control. This is why you got these chicks chasing motherfuckers all the way to Thailand to get knocked up by a Ling Ling and be
Yeah.
treated just like she would have been treated if she'd have messed with a Fel Antonio here in the States.
Yeah.
You got all these black women chasing brothers overseas, and it ain't working out. Like, you really making videos
about being mad that black men aren't talking to you in a foreign country. Bitch, don't you get it?
Nobody likes you. You're insufferable. You're insufferable. All you got to do is laugh. You're insufferable. You made it this way for yourself, not me. But Charles, you can't be like that. Yes, I can. I will directly be that way for you. I will openly tell you how much you failed. And I hope everybody has an issue with me saying that. Because the next motherfucker want to tell me to save a goddamn community that doesn't want to save itself.
You mean you don't want to do it for Asgard?
At least ask God to fight for you.
Welcome to the land where the ice winds blow.
I want you to think about it, right? Same motherfuckers who ask you to do all this work are the same motherfuckers who will cuss you the fuck out. Right?
Yeah.
These are the same people that will take the family money, the child support money, and the tax money, and go on some goddamn trips and won't put your education forward.
Oh, that's another law that kicked in earlier this year. The new child support law. If y'all ain't familiar, like I think it was late January, early February, Trump signed it into law where if you're paying child support, you get to file the kid on your taxes. If she does it, it's fraud. It's a felony.
City boy. City boy.
I guarantee you a bunch of chicks forgot all about that. They forgot all about that. There's going to be some very pleasant surprises, at least for fathers, come tax season if they're familiar with that tax bill.
Mm-hmm. City boy.
Yeah, the only way she can file is if she doesn't collect child support.
So if you want your tax refund, can't get you child support. City boys are winning.
Something you were saying. Shit, you threw me off. Sorry, I'm sick, but you threw me off with something you were saying about. What were you saying before I rudely interrupted you?
I was just talking about the saving this whole damn thing community. Like, look, you want people to come out of their goddamn pockets and lose their minds to save people who are not trying to save themselves. Why should we do it? Then on top of that, like I said before, for people who got an issue about people like me voting for Trump, I want the best possible outcome I can have as a man and as a father. Think about this. You can be a decent man, and that doesn't mean shit to a hill of beans to a female. She will still take you downtown. She will still treat you miserably, still keep you away from your kids, and you have no excuse me, and you were given no ammo to fight back. But everybody will tell you, you gotta fight harder. Why
Why
should
do I
I
have
have
to
to
fight
fight
at
harder?
all? Right. Sorry.
Why should I have to fight at all? You're right. You want me to? You bitches could lie on my name, just like that.
Oh,
Iyala Van Zan's episode. The mother lied for 30 years that he molested the children, and when she took the lie detector, all she could say was, "You should have fought harder."
oh, wait, but what about the daughters? Talk about the daughters' reaction when they realized that the mother lied. She admitted it.
The
Do you remember
daughters,
what the daughters did?
what did they do?
They still didn't want nothing to do with their father.
Hmm.
They didn't want to believe that their mother lied. That's how deep the brain rot is
Because
in them.
I think one of them was through with the mother. One of them was through with the mother. One of them went to the dad.
That's good. I do remember it was a rejection. Plus,
And
I
it was
remember
like,
now what I want to say. You saw Jamel Hill was on Cam Newton's show, right? Well, she was on Cam Newton's podcast, and the topic of conversation was how come there aren't black quarterbacks on TV doing sports analysts? Okay, number one, bitch, because they don't want to. If they did, they would open up a YouTube channel. They'd make more money. Two, who gives a fuck?
I'm gonna be upset how millionaires spend their time.
Yeah.
The only reason Tom Brady does it because they're paying him 300 mil.
Well, why won't they offer Warren Moon 300 million? Maybe Warren
Because
Moon don't want to fucking do it.
yeah, Warren Moon's living his best life. Like, why does everything have to be equal? Well, answer this, Jamel. Why don't you date men?
Well, men would have to want to date her for that to happen. And I'm pretty sure there's a couple of Gloctaviuses and Felantonios that, you know, would do it for the bag.
So wait a minute. Is Jamel still built like a linebacker?
Yes. Still looking like a goddamn pug.
That is a funny looking female, boy.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, who would you rather sleep with for a month? Mike Tyson's daughter or Jamel Hill?
I'd rather sleep under the bed. Mike Tyson's daughter, good God.
I know. Oh God, she is her father. Oh, she is her father.
Oh God.
Them
Oh,
jeans
God.
are strong.
You damn strong.
Oh.
She's probably more manlier than fucking Magic Johnson's son.
Oh, well, of course. No, but
that has to be the biggest shame right there. And Cookie allowed that shit too.
The biggest problem that you have, the biggest problem that came out of that conversation with Jamel and Cam was that Jamel led the whole conversation, and all Cam Newton was doing was yes, a bossing throughout the whole conversation. And to me, the joke of him being mad that the Colts brought back Phillip Rivers and nobody will answer his phone because it's because they don't like my swag. No, motherfucker, your arm is shot.
Yeah.
Your arm was shot 2 years before they booted you out of the league. It never got better. You can't hit the broad side of the barn if the motherfucker was in a univision circle.
Yeah. You look at Phillip Rivers, he was slinging that bitch.
Thank you. Shit, they almost won that game.
Yeah.
With a 44-year-old quarterback.
And he's almost impressed. He might get a contract for that shit.
Shit.
I'm sorry, he was slinging that bitch. Ah. Here's the crazy part. People don't want to talk about why you didn't do it. Why? I said, Cam, if you would have won that goddamn Super Bowl, we wouldn't be having this conversation, will we?
No,
You made
he
Von Miller. You gave Von Miller a trip to the Hall of Fame because of your shit.
one play.
You gave Von Miller a trip to the Hall of Fame because of your bullshit.
One play ruined Cam Newton's football image forever. You know what's messed up? The following year when they came back, this is when they had all the Brady rules, right? About hitting quarterbacks below the waist and above the shoulder pads and everything. All teams were doing for the first 3 to 4 games was taking headshots at him.
Mm-hmm.
He was complaining to the refs. He hit me in the head. And the ref was like, "You're a runner." Like, what the fuck? I'm still a quarterback. Like, what the fuck? You're not supposed to hit me in the head. Yeah, they tried to take his ass out.
Mm-hmm.
Because as far as they was concerned, and keep in mind, they never did that to him. But as far as they was concerned, he punched his whole card when he didn't even attempt it. He pulled up on that goddamn fumble. Nigga, I'm sorry. Bro, what the fuck is you doing? This is the Super Bowl.
You're supposed to jump on that goddamn ball.
Right. I don't give a fuck if you broke your clavicle, both arms, legs, and half your dick fell off. Dive on the fucking ball.
You're supposed to give your team a fighting chance.
Right. Whether you get it or not. Be a man. Get in that fucking pile up. It's your fault you fumbled it.
But you made Von Miller go to the fucking Hall of Fame. He will go to the Hall of Fame. Not saying just his other stats. But he will literally go to the Hall of Fame just for that performance right there. You heard what the school kids talked to him when he went to this when he had the football program.
Yeah,
They were joking his ass. They said Von Miller was in your ass so deep you owe Valentine's Day gifts.
Yeah, Von Miller got 2 $100 million contracts out of that goddamn play.
Yes. Yeah.
But you know, I guess that's racism, right?
That's racism.
It's racism.
I said, look. If you look at the way Mahomes and Jackson can change a game with their presence, was Cam Newton ever that?
No. He had 3 winning seasons his whole career. His team stayed at an average of 5 wins a year on average. 3 win seasons, 5 win seasons, 7 win seasons. Yeah, 3 winning seasons. One of them that they went to the Super Bowl with. But this motherfucker talking about what was he talking about? Talking about quarterbacks that changed the game or whatnot, game changers or something like that. Like, nigga,
Game managers.
Game managers and game changers.
I'm going to disagree.
He was never a game changer. I mean, look at your record.
I'm going to disagree.
That's fine.
You Google how many NFL players has Cam Newton's resume.
Now his rookie season was
Heisman Trophy winner, national champion, NFL MVP. There's not a lot of NFL players that can say that.
Right. You got Deshaun Watson. Who else?
Deshaun Watson was an MVP?
Yeah. No. He was never an MVP down in Texas?
No.
Okay. All right. My bad.
No,
but
he was never.
I know he was a national champion.
No, he was never the race for MVP.
Okay. I know he was a national champion. Because they beat who did they beat? They beat Alabama, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I want to say Bama.
Was it Bama last play of the game in the championship game? Or was it Florida?
I don't think it was Florida. I want to say Bama.
Yeah, I know it was one of them. He beat them. I think, didn't he win the Heisman Trophy or he was in the running?
I don't think he won a Heisman.
Ain't that a bitch? Johnny Manziel won a
I,
fucking
I told you, if you look it up, there's not a lot of NFL players that can say that. Cam got a resume on some real shit. Number 1 overall pick.
Yeah,
Cam got a resume for real. The only thing Cam don't got is a fucking Super Bowl.
Wasn't he rookie of the year?
He was rookie of the year. He
yeah.
still has the NFL record for most passing yards in his first game as a rookie.
First 2 games.
First 2
He
games.
threw for over 400 yards his first 2
This
games.
is the nigga they said couldn't throw.
Yeah.
Came
I
out
don't know
400-yard games back to back, and is, you know, as a rookie, game 1 and game 2.
I don't know what happened to him.
What happened is the organization, once Steve Smith left, he never had a fucking receiver.
Yeah,
Even the year he went to the Super Bowl, they went to the Super Bowl on him and that defense. Denver had the number 1 defense that year. Carolina had the number 2 defense. You want to talk about somebody with a shot arm? Peyton Manning's arm was shot that year. Peyton Manning was washed when they went. That defense led by Von Miller got Peyton Manning to the Super Bowl. Peyton Manning was done.
Yeah. That neck injury just destroyed him.
The organization failed Cam. They never, and then you think about all the fucking running, all the goddamn diving in the end zone and shit. Yeah, I bet he did tear up his fucking shoulder. I mean, he carried the goddamn organization. I don't know what more people want out of him. He fucking carried that fucking organization. They failed to put a team around him offensively. They drafted some good shit defensively, but offensively, they just never put nothing around him.
You know what I want from him? I want him to understand that it's not because of racism that he's not in the fucking NFL. That's what I want from him. I want him to understand that it has nothing. You not being in the NFL has nothing to do with you being a black man. Like, it has everything to do with your body is, your arm is gone. Your arm is gone. Remember them last 2 years? I remember a game they played in Cleveland, and I mean, we were the Browns, and he couldn't, like I said, couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. He was struggling bad. We beat them that day. We had Nick Chubb and everything. We beat them because he just this dude couldn't complete a 5-yard out. And then the next year he wound up in New England. You know, he was there for New England for a year because the Panthers cut him. And then he wound up in New England again. They cut him again. And then he finished out his career. I think he played 5 games with the Panthers. And he was just, it was over. It was over. But it had nothing to do with racism. Like, dude, your skills are shot. I mean, Bernie Kosar spent all that time in Cleveland, but Bill Belichick cut his ass in the middle of the season. Was like diminishing skills. You know, he never started again. He wound up going to the Cowboys to back up Troy Aikman. And then that was it. His career was over because it wasn't a joke. I'm sorry. I don't mean to get in a rant, but, you know, sometimes these players
Nah,
have
you
to
good.
really look
You
themselves
good.
in the mirror and understand that, you know, you're not 24 anymore.
I mean, like I said, I mean, he took a lot of fucking hits, man. I mean, Cam Newton's a big guy.
Yeah.
And, you know, you diving over the fucking pile in the end zone and shit, you taking fucking hits. I've seen Cam take some nasty, like he'll dive in the end zone and he'll take like some like he'll land nasty. Like he'll land flat on his back, land on his head and shit. I mean, yeah, man, football is a tough sport.
All them headshots I was talking about the year after the Super Bowl. I mean, they were headhunting him like helmet to helmet in him. They were spearing him and shit.
I want somebody to tell Jason Whitlock to shut the fuck up. I mean, you talk about somebody who tries to make everything
heard your
about
boy in
race.
the back. I heard your boy in the back. I hate that motherfucker.
You heard him?
Yeah.
I hate that motherfucker.
He tries to make. I mean, you talk about somebody who makes everything about race. This motherfucker goes on a rant about black quarterbacks and it's DEI and it's a fucking quota. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. Listen, there just ain't a lot of good fucking white quarterbacks coming out of fucking college. Whose fault is that?
Yeah.
These college teams, say what the fuck you want to say. These college programs see what mobile quarterbacks can fucking do.
And they're not going to go.
Okay.
Guess what? It's an arms race in sports. You ain't going to get the pocket passer like that anymore.
Listen,
The
on some real shit.
Defenses are too damn fast.
If you look at these white boys, these white quarterbacks, nobody's a fucking statue no more like Drew Bledsoe and Bernie Kosar and all them. Even the fucking white boys can fucking move.
Look at Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart out there looking like Montana with that mobility.
So, I mean, it is what it is. And it's just not, listen, bro, it's just not the era of Drew Brees and Rodgers and Manning and Brady and Philip. The dog, they're gone. Elon, all of them, they retired, dude. Big Ben, they all fucking retired, bro. Get over it.
Even
the quarterbacks that you have available to draft now, half of them niggas are fucking black. You're gonna have to get over it. It's not a fucking DEI thing.
I heard him do that video, and I was like, I couldn't even finish it. I'm like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about?
And then here's my thing. Have you ever noticed the fattest motherfuckers who never played a sport got their first fucking view about talking about sports? Like,
Jason did play some college football. I'll give him credit.
Well, for what? Cheerleading?
But I mean,
he had a cup of coffee on the field. Just like what's his name? Stephen A. Smith. He had a cup of coffee.
I just look at it and I be like, yo, everything about you gotta be such. Well, black people do this. Look. I will tell people all the time. As soon as you talk about black people, I'm gonna ask you, why do y'all commit such incest all the time? Sexual offenses. Why do y'all commit so many burglaries, robberies? Look it up. Oh, huh?
Who you talking about?
Like when you got people like Jason Whitlock always criticizing black people. Like, nigga, ain't you black?
No, he's not black. He's Christian.
What were you saying about
he's such a submissive nigga.
Oh,
when
okay.
like
He's
I
such
said,
a submissive what?
Nigga. When what's homeboy name? Nick Fuentes got in him. What did Jason Whitlock do? Just keep repeating that he's a Christian. Well, I'm a Christian, and I'm a Christian, because he didn't want to go at Nick Fuentes in the same way he goes after Stephen A. Smith, who never did shit to him, by the way. Huh?
What was the question?
No, it wasn't a question. It was Nick Fuentes was saying how all the right-wing people don't really need these token niggas no more. And he basically said, he didn't say nigga, but he did say token. And he used Jason Whitlock for an example. And he was like, yo, we don't fucking need you. Nick Fuentes called for the right-wing conservative racist motherfuckers to be done with all these niggas, Candace Owens, Brandon Tatum, the Hodge twins, all these, because he like, yo, we don't fucking need them. They don't do shit. And he told Jason Whitlock straight up, he said, yo, you only have a TV show because motherfuckers like me put you there. Like, he wasn't talking about him specifically. He was talking about the right-wing conservative crowd.
Because they're the ones that own
he said, without us, you wouldn't even have a fucking show. You'd be nothing. He was like, yo, we don't need you. And Jason Whitlock took the submissive black man approach. He didn't go at him hardcore like he would go at Stephen A. Smith. And even Jason Whitlock can tell you Stephen A. never did shit to him. But he stayed talking about Stephen A. Smith.
That shit
Like,
reminds me.
Jason Whitlock is such a fat bitch.
It reminded me of Roland Martin when he had what was it, Elliot Spencer or whatever on his show, and he Richard Spencer, and he asked him, "Are you a black man?" "I'm a man, but are you a black man?" I'm a man. Like, you bitch ass nigga. Yes, I'm a black man. What about it? I'm a black man. What about it? Motherfuckers be having, oh my God. You're right. They have the smoke, but they choke. That's really the issue. That's why I tell people you ain't got to be a Democrat, but you ain't got to be a Republican. But that goddamn for sure, don't be a Democrat in today's day and age. Be an independent. Make a motherfucker either fight for your vote or vote whichever party has your best interest at heart. And abortions and welfare and weed are not in your best interest. Jobs are. Reduction of crime. Healthcare costs. Home ownership. Groceries. Gas. That's what's in your best fucking interest. You got some silly bitch in Texas. You ask this bitch what time it is, and the first thing, Trump's racist. Okay, well, what time is it? Trump is racist. Okay, well, what time is it? Trump is racist. Oh my God. You've got that in your political sphere. You got that in your political sphere. You think that 92, and as black men, you went 80 for Obama, you went 77 for Kamala. That's not a fucking dent. That's just people who just decided to vote the couch, or maybe they died since Obama was in office. That ain't nothing. 3% ain't shit. It wasn't going. If 3% showed up for Kamala, she still wasn't gonna fucking win. She still was gonna get her ass kicked. That's not a fucking dent. That's a smudge. But the whole thing is that you keep voting against your best interest because you got bitches like Tiffany Cross telling you don't listen to other black men, listen to black women. You know, like, for what? We get no benefit from voting in behind you. If anything, it puts us further in psychological and economic slavery. Because you raise the children to be just as fucking pathetic as you are. Remember that video? The black boy was telling his mother he was gonna get a job, and she told him not to because it was gonna fuck up her benefits.
Yeah.
Like, bitch, fuck you. I'm gonna fill out this application. I don't live for you. That's why when you were saying these chicks had these babies to get in these Section 8 houses, it's like, yeah, because they do it to get away from their piece of shit ass mothers. Mommy's boyfriend fucking on them. You know what I'm saying? The daughter tell the mother beat up the daughter and kick her out.
I mean, how fucking retarded is that you're going to tell your son not to get a job?
Yeah.
Like, that's the stupidest fucking shit.
All of that shit is over with come 2020. I mean, 2026, next month, all that shit kick in. But by 2027, that shit is over with. It will be done. And probably sooner than that when they get these goddamn welfare rolls, these SNAP rolls and whatnot from these states. Matter of fact, if they don't get them, then you ain't getting no fucking money. So now the state is going to have to fund. Do you understand? The state will have to fund your SNAP and Section 8 benefits. And the state ain't going to do that. So what's going
State
to
can't
happen to
afford
you?
to.
They can. They just choose to spend the money on their friends. You know, the whole NGO scam, $5 million in the front, 4.5 out the back. The rest goes to administration fees, with the head of the NGO collecting the salary of $250,000. So that's $250,000 in operating costs that you got to deal with until the next, you know, you send in the next request form for money. Why you think they freaking out, especially Brandon Johnson freaking out about the NGOs? I mean, you get it. You're looking at, you're funding the illegals. You're trying to still force the illegals to have a foothold in this country, so much so that you're protecting these cartel leaders and Somalian scammers. I mean, and the Islamists. You're protecting foreign interests that are here to reset this country, devolve this country into communism. I know people say socialism, but shit, it's socialism until you run out of other people's money. Then what is it? Because the government is going to have, these states are going to have to understand something. You've lost all these states, these cities that are protecting the illegals. Your corporations have left because you let crime run rampant. Your tax base, the majority of your tax base, which is these corporations, you're losing them left, right, center, front and center. They're moving. So where the fuck is the, and Trump ain't giving you shit. So where's the money going to come from? Because you still got to pay these cartels. You still got to pay the Islamists. You still got to pay the fucking the Somalians. You still got to pay all. You got to pay the CCP. You got to pay all these foreign interest groups that you, as the Democratic Party, your criminal organization, as that you're in bed with. Why you think they tripping about the drug boats? You really think that who the fuck gives a shit that some fucking Venezuelan got double tapped trying to sneak fentanyl into the country? Why would you care? I'm asking a question. Why would you care that we're stopping some
Because you're in on it. That's the only reason to care.
Yeah, because you're getting a cut. This is your money. You can't do the human. You're trying to still hold on to the human trafficking from the Mexican cartels because they can't do the cocaine anymore. They can't be drug mules anymore because of what's going on at the border. All your little tunnels and shit that they had, you know, they little secret little rat tunnels and everything. They were showing, I'll never forget, it was early in the year. They were showing the U.S. Marines how they were finding these tunnels. They would go a mile into the tunnels, press put in the C4 charges and shit, come out and boom, collapse the fucking tunnels. They got drones and shit that can read heat signatures underground. That's why they say 0 crossings at the southern border. They meant that shit. So the Mexican cartels, the only thing that they have left that they can still try to rely on is the human trafficking element that's already here, be it sex or labor. All right. The freaking Tren de Alagra, they can't do shit because their drug operations have been destroyed. Trump ain't letting none of them fucking boats. They even blew up a fucking submarine that they tried. Now he's confiscating their oil to the point where Maduro's ass is on the hot seat. God, you got the Democrats mad about all of this because you're fucking up their money. You know this. The first thing Trump did when he got in the office, he killed their money. The USAID, Department of Education, Doge, all of that was to stop the Democrats' criminal organization. What do you think the files were that they went to go seize from Mar-a-Lago? What do you think Trump took with him? What do you think was in them security files that he took? He knew what the fucking play was. That's why they tried to destroy him by any means necessary.
Makes
And
sense.
they failed, huh?
You're making a good point.
Yeah, they failed. And now he's coming after him bit by bit by bit. Although I am pissed off that, you know, as I said, they arresting a lot of the capos, but none of the dons. But it's the federal government. You understand? The federal government will have all the, and you got blockchain too, so they know exactly what how much money you got, where you sent it to. This isn't a cash business anymore. How much cash do you have on you?
I've been waiting for him to go after Black Lives Matter, but I keep
they
trying to
have.
be patient. It's only 1 year into his term.
Oh, you see, they already got the one fat bitch in Missouri.
Yeah, but like you said, that's just another, because a lot of these Black Lives Matter motherfuckers been getting busted for fraud. I want them 3 bitches that claim they started it.
Why do you think
Alicia Garza, Patrice Cullors, and the other bitch? I want them.
They gonna get them? This fat bitch is gonna, you know, she gonna flip. The FBI is gonna offer her a deal. They gonna offer her a deal. What do you got? You looking at good 30 to 50 years. You know, and we make sure you do at least about a good 97% of your time in the federal pen, but we can knock some time off if you got something for us. Is there something? We'll let you and your lawyer talk about it. Call us when we're ready. Then they stand behind that two-way mirror and watch you sweat it out. I mean, because, you know, FBI agents are also behavioral specialists. They do all sorts of training. They know all your weak spots. Watch that bitch give all them up. It's just the tip of the iceberg. Just like with Minnesota, the Somalians. They already know, and this is what the federal government do, for those of y'all who aren't familiar. What they'll do, they'll arrest your capos. They'll arrest your capos. They'll slap all sorts of charges on them. It's no different than when y'all watch the freaking the Italian mob movies back in the 80s with De Niro on them. They snatch you. They're still the same thing. Snatch your ass up, get ready to throw all types of maximum charges on you. But if you give us something, we can give you a reduced sentence. We'll work out a deal. They still run that play because that's the best play to run as a prosecutor, especially a federal one. The state can't give you no pardon. You ain't getting out. You sentenced to 10, you do 2.5, and the rest is, you know, like community service or some shit. No. You in there with motherfuckers that, you know, you cross the street when you see them coming. You in there with them motherfuckers. That's your cellmate. And he horny. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers
or in her case, she's horny.
Yeah. Like, y'all be taking penitentiary chances. But what the federal government will do, they'll sit back. Because, you know, we don't deal with cash anymore. That's why I asked you, like, how much cash do you have in your pocket? Like, literally, how much cash do you have in your pocket?
I rarely have cash.
Yeah. Especially when you're talking about millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars or tens of thousands of dollars. Ain't nobody putting shit in no goddamn, you know, briefcase or brown paper bag like that no more. That's why the bitch, remember the bitch in Minnesota, in Boston, in Massachusetts, she's doing all this racism shit and everything, but she wound up getting convicted. She's supposed to serve it. They convicted her. She's supposed to serve a year in jail, but they gave her like 3 months and then the rest on probation. But she's out of politics. This stupid bitch hired her brother and her sister to work for her, gave them an exorbitant pay salaries, and then they got a $10,000. Both of them got $10,000 as a signing bonus, right? She meet them in the bathroom and collect $7,000.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, in the state house. Like that, just because you the government been tracing cash since cash has been cash. Like, so now you're not really using cash like that. You using digital currency, blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
If people
Mm-hmm.
don't know what blockchain is pretty much footprints in the snow. That's the best way I can describe it. It's snow on the ground at night. You go out in the morning, you go to your mailbox and come back. You turn around, you see your footprints, right?
Yep.
That's blockchain. Except you can't scrub blockchain. It's digital currency. They know exactly who's been taking what you spent it on, what whoever you gave the money to, what they spent it on, and whoever they got it, what they spent it on, and so forth and so on. So they already know, like an Ilhan and a Tim Walz and a Gavin Newsom and what's the fool, Brandon Johnson. They already know that they taking money. The problem is that these motherfuckers. This is how they get you. You don't stop because you don't think they're watching you. So you keep going and going and going, and all they do is just compile your own evidence against you. And then when they come knocking with the warrant, they know exactly where to go. They know which computers to snatch up. You know what I'm saying? They take your printers too. They grab all your electronics, then they go in and crack them real easily. And they get all your evidence against you, and they use it against you in federal court. Why do you think Diddy was hugging that motherfucking chair crying that he only got 4 years for being a trick? He knew he could have got life. Y'all remember seeing that picture of him hugging that chair?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. He was, trust me, 4 years. That's a whoo. Okay. I can do 4 years. 4 years and a handshake. I can do that. Long as it wasn't 40, I'm good. He a star up in that bitch. You think somebody gonna fuck with Diddy in a federal penitentiary?
They're not gonna let him fuck with nobody, dude. He's not in Gen Pop. He getting the same fucking treatment all famous motherfuckers get when they go. Nobody wants that headache on their fucking hands.
Hell no.
Look at all the shit that came about from Tory Lanez when Tory Lanez got fucking hit up.
Yeah.
And that Spanish, what is she, a investigator or some congresswoman or some shit, or some DA talking about she's gonna go back and look back into the Tory Lanez case. That's exactly why they put. That's exactly why they put famous people in protective custody, because you don't want that fucking headache. And just a sidebar, I think that Meg gonna have to answer some questions one of these days. I don't think this Tory Lanez shit is over.
No, it's far from over.
I think Meg is gonna have to answer some fucking tough questions one day. One day when the industry is done with her, that's when they'll let her fend for her fucking self, and she's gonna have to answer some tough questions.
Exactly.
And it's all gonna come out.
It's gonna come when what's her name? When he get a new trial, because you know he's gonna get a new trial.
Yeah,
Tory Lanez,
especially after that hit.
Yeah,
especially after that hit.
Yeah, they know that was a hit. He gonna get a new trial, and this time he gonna run his fucking mouth. Diddy in jail. I wouldn't have gave a fuck whether he was in jail or not. There ain't no fucking way I'd have sat there and said nothing and took the hit for this bitch. I don't care. Ain't enough threatening me to send me to where all of a sudden I get, toothpicked in a damn prison cell over this fucking whore. Are you kidding me? Fuck no. I wouldn't have took that far.
And then she might rumor mill she might be pregnant.
By who? Exactly.
By Clay Thompson.
Maybe. Maybe. We'll see what the blood test say.
She might be the poster child of mandatory DNA.
I can see them on Maury now. Special episode ABC. 8 p.m.
Baby be darker than Patrice Lumumba.
You have a bunch of celebrities on the couch trying to figure out who the baby daddy.
This your baby Clay, and the baby darker than goddamn what's the dude who started Pan Africanism? What's the Jamaican dude name?
Marcus Garvey.
Yeah, darker than Marcus Garvey. Like, that ain't your goddamn baby. That's Father Lamont talking about. Father talking like, oh, she made good Thanksgiving dinner. What is she fucking a dude? It's like everybody's baby. Got a little DNA from everybody she was with.
No, but yeah, when he get a new trial, I believe he just gonna tell it. He gonna tell it because he's gonna go back to prison.
He gonna sing.
Yeah, he gonna sing. He gonna tell it. Like, yeah, like her friend shot at her, but she didn't get shot. It was the glass that she stepped on when she got out the car. She didn't get shot. Like, who the fuck said she got shot in the foot? That was glass.
First of all, that was no shot. Got shot wound. And then next thing you know, she's working.
First of all, I mean, just go back to the story Meg gave, the initial story. Well, you know, when the cops came, I didn't want to tell them Tory did it because, you know, black men been getting shot by the police, so I didn't want them to shoot him. Are you fucking serious, bitch? That's the best story you could come up with?
If somebody really shot you out of malice and anger, you're going to still try to protect them.
You know what that is? George Lopez made a joke about that. His wife's sister kissed him, right? So his wife wound up finding out, and the wife grabbed the sister and drug her out of the house. And the son was like, Dad, aren't you going to do something? He was like, no, son. He was like, because if I go out there and do something, I'll be surrounded by police cars standing in the middle of the lawn with my shirt off. And all the guns will be pointed at me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what she did. She tried to throw him under the bus because he's the reason why they fought in the first place. He fucked your friend, but you spilled that you fucked him too. Mm-hmm. Why would you do that?
And you left a place where he was talking to another female. And that's why you left and was so pissed. You were violent, angry, drunk, and everybody knows it.
And don't forget the coke. Don't forget the coke. Meg likes powder.
Oh yeah, she's a cokehead too.
Her and her friend. Y'all was coked up and drunk, fighting over that dude. That's what it was. And Shorty snatched that gun because remember the nitrate test says Tory Lanez didn't fire a weapon that night.
The gun trace residue was not on his person. Do you know how heavy gun residue would be on your system, would be on your hand if you fired a gun?
Go like to your shoulder? I mean, to like your elbow or to your shoulder?
It'll cover your whole fucking. It could be up to your chest because that powder spreads.
Oh yeah, okay.
So you're telling me none of the gun residue from the gunpowder is anywhere on them? So they didn't test because really, if you have a shooting, you have suspects there, you test. Even the victim gets gunpowder. You tie their hands up, you bag their hands, don't let them touch anything. So you telling me Megan wasn't tested, and her friend wasn't tested? Because if her friend was tested, she'd have been the shooter. I guarantee it.
That was such a jumbled, fumbled. I can't
believe sloppy cop work.
Yeah, I can't believe his lawyer let that shit roll. But that's just goes to show you they all in on it.
Yeah, let's call it. It's a travesty of justice.
And that's why, if you notice, a lot of male rappers ain't fucking with Meg. You notice that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that happened.
A lot of male rappers and male producers, they not touching Meg and shit. So it's no coincidence that Meg is trying to play fucking girlfriend with what's his name? Play. Because I think even Meg know her time is up.
Yeah, she knows. That's like what's my time's up. Sexy Red.
Yeah, Meg's time was up when she was at the DNC shaking her ass, and people was just quiet.
Yeah,
looking like a big fucking doofus.
like how the fuck you almost 6 feet tall, and you don't think that's awkward to stand in front of those goddamn people doing that? And
Why would you want to? But again, it's the optics. Do you not understand that Kamala Harris is running for president? You thought that was appropriate?
And that lets you know the Democratic Party is full of shit. You would have a bitch that's known for twerking, and you think America's gonna take your dumb ass seriously? Get the fuck
What
out.
is the point in that? It's just stupid shit.
Only the Democratic Party would talk to rappers. You telling me Dr. T.S.R. Johnson was out taking a piss somewhere? All in the black community, you want to talk to our rappers.
Black people allow it.
And then you wonder why you get stereotyped.
Niggas allow that shit. Niggas think it's cool, especially the chicks. Oh yeah, Cardi B. Yeah, Cardi B not even fucking black.
Yeah.
And black women piss me off with that Cardi B shit.
And she called y'all cockroaches.
I done heard Cardi B say several different instances, just made me raise my fucking eyebrows. But I'm like, hey, you know what? Y'all support her, not me. Go right ahead.
And she just as racist as shit.
Racist
and shout out to Offset because he about to get paid from her ass.
She gets away with it because she fucks black men and she does quote nigga shit. You know, twerk, smoke weed, tattoos, long fingernails.
Foul mouth.
And shout out
He gets away with it. If there was a white woman, then all the black women would be screaming culture appropriation.
Yep. And shout out to Offset. May he get paid lots of money from this divorce.
I wonder whose baby that is.
He don't even want too much.
I say
I wonder who both of those children's fathers are.
All he's asking for is $20 million in the mansion that's paid for.
Mm-hmm.
He's not even asking for a lot. You ask me, that's a deal.
You can take it to the plane. You walking around with another man's baby in your belly, still legally married to me, bitch.
And Stephon Diggs is such a fucking clown. You know, a few years from now, when we hear Stephon Diggs is broke, please don't feel sorry for him. What a fucking clown.
You got all these baby mamas. And then you're gonna be broke in 5 years after you stop playing.
You know it's fucked up when the Bills get rid of you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, yo, you know Shorty was just with the rapper. So you went right behind the rapper. Raw.
Yeah.
Like,
and had to come in.
Raw Dog Perkins. He went Raw Dog Perkins.
Had to come in there.
Y'all know who Perkins is. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Oh, man, Raw Dog.
Yeah, Cynthia G's baby daddy. Raw Dog Perkins.
That tells you how goofy that bitch is right there. You picked that nigga. You all this shit you talking about, Beta Male Coons.
You picked the Beta Male Coon.
You know what they say? You hate what you love what you hate the most. All that hatred, you decide to be a baby mama.
If I was Offset, okay, let me ask you a question. Let's say you get the house and the 20 mil. What do you do with the house?
I'll put it there and you pay all the bills.
Me personally, I'm selling it. because it's gonna cost you more just on the fucking upkeep. Nelly was just saying that about that man with that tip drill video, that mansion he had. He said that was the worst money he ever spent.
Yeah.
Like, you just one dude, you don't need a fucking mansion.
I would rent those rooms out, especially if each room came with its own bathroom. I turn that bitch into an Airbnb. I ain't gonna even lie. I'd rent that shit out, either an Airbnb or you know, a rental. You know, you get to rent the rooms out. But of course, you know, I got to check your credit and all that shit. You ain't gonna be Sharkeisha with three babies talking about some. Yeah, I got the $2,000 a month. No,
You'd probably be better off trying to do like a bed and breakfast type situation.
yeah, something.
Because until these squatter laws get settled, I'm not interested in that Airbnb shit.
Yeah, I definitely do something. What if they trash the place? Then you take them to court.
That's why I say, me personally, I'll just sell that motherfucker.
Yeah,
Pocket that fucking cash. I don't fucking need it.
something. I would do something. I would try to make money off of it first. If it don't pop, then I just go ahead and just dump it. Like, what's the name? You know, they got I saw a video. They did a tour of Birdman's old mansion, that white mansion that he had. And I'm like, you paid for this? That mansion was, the outline of it was garbage. The outline was garbage. And I'm like, you bought this? But you know,
Niggas and money will soon be departed. Shit. Let me get out of here, folks. Any last words?
Democrats suck. Good show as usual. Fuck those kids. And yeah.
Hey, I want all them detractors. Matter of fact, I think tomorrow I should make a detractor show. Any trolls, any detractors who want to come up on the stage and say your piece, please come tomorrow. Because now we're gonna handle this. We're gonna make money off of this shit. Bay, any last words?
I already said it. I said all I need to say today.
All right. If you want to say the community, do it on your goddamn self. Don't ask Black men to do something. You didn't fuck it up in the first place. Whew. We out.